Hey guys, it's me, Just Jordan. I know it's been a while, been about a year and a bit since my last YouTube video, but hey ho. Hopefully you'll enjoy this video. It's not been cobbled together at all. It's something I've actually been spending quite a lot of my time doing lately. I've been obviously heavily involved in IT. I really enjoy computers, taking them apart, fixing them, repairing them, all of that good stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my home network. So this is my home computer, my gaming rig. So I've got some DDR3 HyperX Fury RAM. It's currently 16 gig in here altogether. I've got a Arctic Extreme freezer which cools a AMD 6300 Black Edition CPU, which is 6 cores. Great stuff. Does pack a punch, especially in games. Also to sort graphics out, I have a Strix, which is also an Asus. It's a Asus Strix GTX 960. And now this is only a 1GB, but it does more than enough to get games going. Also I've done this very cleverly. I've got a Kingston 120GB SSD. This holds the OS for the computer, which I believe is currently Windows 10. I think it's 1909 out. I think so. I think that's the latest one, 1909. And also in here I've got two 1TB drives. Now these are in a RAID 1 array, so they're redundant off of each other. Now this stores all my projects that are live, my live Sony Vegas projects, along with the Steam library, also in a RAID 1 array. Great stuff. So now we'll move on to the server side of things. Right, so getting into the server side of things, I have got, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up, as we should do. Here I've got an Eaton UPS, uninterruptible power supply. I bought this for about 100 quid. Great. Does everything it says on the tin. I can basically turn that switch off, power. It's powering the switch here, which probably is just out of shot. I have got a TP-Link gigabit switch here. This is providing gigabit, and I said gigabit. Haven't got. This is the only 100 meg cable I've got. So I've got gigabit cable coming from the Vodafone hub, which is in the living room, straight to this switch. This switch is then giving me gigabit internet access between a redundant NIC support, which is supported by the HP server. So it's gigabit from the internet straight to this server, which is always good. This server I bought for roughly 250 quid. It's non-hot swappable hard drives. It's in a RAID 10 array, so it basically means those two drives are safe and those two drives are safe. If those two drives fail, we lose some data. If those two drives fail, I lose some data. Now these are only 500 gig drives each, which gives me a total of 2 terabytes. But you've got to remember it's an RAID 10 array, so half of that is redundancy. So I've actually only got 1 terabyte space. I've currently just about filled one of these up. So I've currently got around on average 500 gig of data. Let's chuck that back in. So going on to this, we'll look now at the back side of this cabinet. Right, so honestly you can't actually see the back of the UPS. There's nothing really there apart from there's one cable of power going in and 2 going out to power other objects. Of course, here I have got 2 NICs. Of course, at the moment I'm using one for the ILO. Of course, that should actually be in the second NIC, so I'm not then for relying on 1 NIC. Now got redundancy of 2 NICs, which is a really good thing on these servers. I think it's brilliant. I've also swapped the RAID card in this, because the RAID card that comes with this microserver does not support VMware. It doesn't support the array. Inside this is a B120i RAID card. The only reason why it doesn't support it is because it's classed as a soft RAID. So it's software, it's embedded on the thing, it's not a physical piece of hardware. So here in the slot here, of course it hasn't actually got a IO shield on it, so to speak, is a 410i RAID card. This supports the SAS array in the front, SAS or SATA array. It's up to you what drives you put in. It does support SAS, however I find SAS drives are actually quite more expensive than the normal SATA ones. It's on your preference of what you choose. It's utterly up to you on how much you give it. I find that SATA drives, just for storing stuff on here, is fine. We'll now get to the physical side of things. Well, physical, I mean virtual side of things. We'll go on the computer and I will show you the virtual side of what's inside this box.
Right, so I've done a home network layout. This layout shows the basic skeleton view of my home network. Now, this shows the router, of course, switch, the server, the server host, and all the servers that are on it. So I've got a Pi-hole server. A Pi-hole server basically blocks ads. I will be doing a video, hopefully later on how to install it on a virtual machine and get it running, so you can obviously play with that. I've got a Windows Server 2012 R2 server, which is a file server along with being a Plex server. I've also got a turnkey Linux web host server. This is hosting WordPress to that domain. You can check that out, hopefully in your own time if you need to, if you want to, of course that is. I also have a Linux server which is running a Minecraft server inside it. This has, I can't remember total amount of RAM, but it's somewhere near 11 gig. The total of the host is 12 gig, so we are at 90%. So basics of VMware is we open up a web terminal, let's close our history, go into VMware, as it says welcome. Yeah, it's about 90-95%, we're using enough RAM. So these are my virtual machines. We currently only have 4 virtual machines, they are all running. Now, a Minecraft server is running off a thing called Ubuntu Linux. That's a 64-bit edition of it. That's currently got 3 gig of RAM allocated to it, 1 CPU. Turnkey WordPress, or turnkey Linux, I like to call it. This is running off of 512 megabytes of RAM, yet again with 1 CPU. These CPUs I am fairly sure are shared. So if one, let's say Apollo, takes both CPU powers, the other ones kind of struggle a bit. But of course, because it's only me and my mum that actually live here, it's not actually going to get pulled around so much. Apollo is the Microsoft Windows Server 2012 64-bit. It's got 2 CPUs and has 6 gigabytes of RAM allocated to it. And Pi-hole virtual machine is also Ubuntu Linux, but running on a 32-bit edition just because it does not need to be 64-bit. I don't really look at the actual GUI side of it. To be fair, it has 1 gig of RAM. Hostname for some reason is Ubuntu. But there we go. So if you guys have any questions or anything, please put them down in the comments below, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I will be doing some more videos hopefully later on down the line. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, give a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down, because I suck, so yeah, give it a go. Hope to see you guys soon, especially in the next video. Bye bye for now.